Some new tools for parents to support youth mental health. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from the Ad Council is spokesperson and licensed psychologist, Dr. Charmain Jackman. Hi, Dr. Jackman.
Hello there. How are you?
A pleasure to meet you. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And when it comes to young people, many are struggling. Tell us more.
Absolutely. So thank you. This is such an important conversation to have. You're right. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And one of our focus conversations is around youth mental health. So we have some data that shows us from Sergo's Health that 45% of teens are reporting mental health struggles. I would say 25% are reporting symptoms of anxiety and 20% are reporting symptoms of depression. And this is a really important campaign that we want to share because our parents and caregivers are an important tool in securing their young person's mental health and ensuring that they get the right resources and have the right tools to navigate this time, this transition safely.
Well, tell us about some of the tools that are available. And the site we can mention is SoundItOutTogether.org.
Yeah, so the campaign is the Sound It Out campaign, and the website, as you said, is Sound It Out Together. We also have a Spanish version. So the tools, there are probably about 4 main tools that we have on there. One of the latest ones is called Listening. Listening is a Form of Love. And this is a really cool campaign that provides, it features young people talking about problems that they have in their day-to-day and coaching a parent or caregiver into how they can respond. So these are videos that are very high quality videos. And then you see it pause and the young person will share how they would want their parent or caregiver to respond in that situation. We also have the conversation starter pack. So remember having conversations where you might ask your child, well, how was your day? Or how are you doing? You get that one response, good. And then the conversation is done, right? So the conversation starter pack gives parents and caregivers questions and topics that you can talk about in a really fun way. So that's one that I have used with my children and they love that. There's also these in-depth guides that really guide you through different challenges and different things that you might want as a caregiver to talk to your parent about. And then the last one uses music. So they are beats, they're like soundtracks that you can use to create music together with your children. And the whole idea is really the whole goal of all of these programs is really emphasizing that communication and keeping that door open to having these sometimes difficult conversations with your children. They're tools that can help you navigate those situations.
Let's take a look at a short video.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
At school, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
Sometimes I can't believe that you could be proud of me if I'm not proud of myself.
It just was hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Think of our best times together. Let's do more of that.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at SoundItOutTogether.org.
So tell us more about what parents should watch for. Often I think many of us want to think everything is okay. That's our inclination, that it's just normal teen stuff they're going through and let's not worry about it.
Yeah, right. And so it's possible, right? We see lots of changes in their mood, their behavior, their bodies are changing, their bodies are growing. We might see them have new friends. They might sleep less or sleep more. Their eating habits might shift. So those are all things that young people will go through as they navigate these teenage years. It's always important to, and why I like the listening is a form of love, because you're listening not just with your ears, but with your eyes. So you're watching to see what are some of those changes. And the thing to be alerted to, if you're seeing these changes persist and kind of really change who they maybe seem to be at their essence, right? So are they more irritable, and that irritability is like persistent for 2 or 3 weeks and it doesn't seem to be going away? Are they having more struggles getting to school on time and just having really, regardless of what interventions you do? Are you seeing them change their friends, or not be interested in activities that they used to and have not taken up new activities? And then are they talking about not wanting to be here? Maybe if they're talking about dying, right? If they're having those explicit conversations, those are things that we need to listen to. If you have any concern, it's really important to bring that to your child with a form of curiosity. I notice, I'm wondering about, versus accusing or saying, you seem to be mad, like you really want to open up that space for them to engage in that conversation with you. And I always tell parents and caregivers that I work with is, you can check in with a teacher, you can check in with an advisor. Maybe they have a favorite teacher that can give you some sense of what's happening in the school situation. That gives you some other data to know whether your concerns are legit. And they can also help you think about how you might move through those things with your children.
Why is it tougher, seemingly, for kids today? Is it all social media?
So is it tougher? I don't know. I think we are in a time, honestly, where we talk more about mental health and well-being. I know when I was growing up, we did not, right? So it may seem more because we're having more conversations about it. Definitely, I think your question about social media is a great one. And I like to say there are challenges to social media, but there are also positive things to social media. So don't put it in that all bad bucket. But as parents or caregivers, you really need to understand that there's so much coming in, particularly if they have a cell phone or even the computers that are sometimes assigned by the school. There's a lot of content that's coming into them through those devices. And there's a lot of screen time. And so sometimes there are things that they're not processing or they don't know how to process. And we don't even know they're struggling with it or trying to figure it out because we haven't seen the thing, right? So in those conversations, it's so important to ask, what are some things you saw on your social media today, right? What are some things that are happening? Because there's a whole part of their lives that we may not have a window into because of these personal devices.
The site, once again, is SoundItOutTogether.org. There's also a Spanish language version. Dr. Charmain Jackman, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.